Hello ladies and gents, Romie Reviews here. Please like, comment, subscribe. This is my review for Empire Season 5, Episode 3, Pride. So, this episode, we didn't see what was that? The usual flashback of, the trials and tribulations of who's dead. Instead, we started off with Hakeem. And I said, is Hakeem doing a music video? Well, we know eventually music video is going to come out of it, but no, he was having a dream or a nightmare, whatever you want to call it, and he wakes up because Cookie wakes him up because she's pissed. Cookie's trying to figure out why are they bashing Lucius so much, but she has to remember this is what the media now more than ever makes money off of. So her boys, Hakeem and Jamal, they're going to go to Empire. They need to go to Empire and release their contracts. Remember how in season 1 they kept making a big deal about, owning your stuff and how their contracts were set up? So there's loopholes in each of their contracts that can technically allow them to leave Empire. They're not just, chained to the company, especially when the company went public. Lucius wanted to make sure that everyone was cool. Now, Andre, he's in jail. He's in jail, and he looks like a man on a mission. He's currently in solitary confinement because of the fight that he had. They're going to throw a welcome home Andre party, but they can't do that because he's still in jail. Lucius, on the other hand, he's getting dressed and ready because today they're going to do this big, media focus on getting their contracts released and then really promoting their new promotional company. Now we see this flashback of Andre dealing with, remember the bully, the jail bully, and I guess the first time they had a major interaction, or one of the more recent times, Andre went and he beat up the bully's goons and essentially threatened him. And because Andre, he punched one guy out, had him, the other guy in the chokehold, the guy with the dreads in the chokehold, because he was trying to look out for the scrawny kid, the scrawny high schooler. We find out later that he was in high school. We hear the backstory with him, and he really shouldn't be in there. Now Jamal is still with Kai, and Kai actually has to go outside the country to do his job. Jamal's over it because Jamal feels like, I thought you said you were thinking about, doing stuff here, local. Kai said, my life still moves on. When I tell you, I was so tickled to see Cookie, Portia, and Candace, and Carol, Cookie's two sisters. I loved it. They're there because Cookie needs help. They're starting from the ground up, so they need, men, women, children to go and help out. So now Portia, she's going to help because Portia loves her some Cookie. She's not getting paid for it, but she's getting a nice fancy title. She's going to be A&R because there's no one else there to do it. So there's that. And then Cookie's sisters get their respective titles. And they've always wanted to be a part of, what Cookie had going on. But Cookie was the one that kind of pushed them away. Now we see Becky at Empire getting a call from Lucius. I said, Becky, you better pick up that phone. Show us where your loyalty is. But Becky is talking to Kingsley. Kingsley's playing video games, and Becky wants to go and talk about her life at Empire. And he's trying to go and do the generic schmoozing of, your work is appreciated. Don't worry, we have your back. I'll do whatever I need to do. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah. That's all I heard. Blah, 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 blah. And while that's going on, Jamal and Hakeem come in to discuss business. Jamal dresses up, Hakeem dresses like Hakeem. And Kingsley, I was a little surprised. Kingsley went and said, oh, so y'all know how to reach out contracts. He said, that's the first dig. He's going to have to die. The second dig was when she told Hakeem, look, your money is in your back catalog, which we do own, so we don't care. When I tell you that we over here at Empire don't care about you, you can go off because you're pretty much a used up has-been at this point. We don't need you. I'm thinking, so as Hakeem pops up, I said, can we try that again? I didn't believe it. Anyway, Jamal tells him to leave, and Jamal's told he still owes Empire another full album. And just like, look, Until I get that album, you can't release any music. Essentially, he was just saying, I own you. That's what Kingsley was saying without trying to say it. Lucius goes and meets up with some old-time investors who give him the runaround. And they had their bodyguards and everything. I noticed it from the jump. I said, it was all good just 2 years ago. And Lucius is saying, you can be on the ground floor. You can go invest in this office property, invest in the new company. And they told him, hey, you are a convicted felon. You are seen as a criminal. You are seen as a credit risk. And Lucius is like, what's a credit risk? So when I went and made all that money for you guys before, it wasn't an issue. When I was a bad boy that clearly had a disposable income, there wasn't a problem. When I could put up a part of the capital myself, there were no problems. But now that I'm asking for a full backing, now you want to go and act like I'm a problem. Now you want to go and act like I'm a risk. And I said, that's how that works in the real life. I'm sorry, Lucius, but that's how that works in the real life, and it sucks. Because Lucius even has to say, hey, what about you? You had charges against you for fraud. You know, fraud with taxes and all of that. But because you had that white-collar crime, I'm the bad guy. Yeah, you are. Cookie is talking to, well, Candace. And Candace apparently went and had Cookie go and buy a loft. When she had the money, bought a loft. Just in case if anything happened with Lucius, she would have somewhere, have something of her own. It was already paid off. There's money set aside for all the utilities, everything. Now Cookie needs some money, so she wants Candace to go and just check on things, see how much you can possibly get for it. And I'm thinking, I wouldn't do that too quickly. And I was wondering where Thirsty was, but then I remembered they don't have any money. So Juanita loves them. But Thirsty needs to still have an income. Thirsty went back to his day job. He's one of those lawyers, slip and fall lawyers. Oh, your back aches from the bus seats being too hard? Give him a call. The bus bench were made out of wood and you got a splinter, give him a call. So now Lucius goes there, and Lucius tells Thirsty, hey, I love you, you love me, we are family, why don't you come back and I will, and bring your clients, and they can have a ground floor entrance to this new company. I'm thinking, all this sounds like, what can you do for me? And that's how Thirsty took it. Thirsty said, wait a minute. So when I was reaching out to you trying to figure out what's the next move for over a year and you were ghosting me, now you come back and now you want my stuff, the things I worked for. You want me to bring you money? He was like, Thirsty, now let's not do that. I was going through a lot. And apparently they had some separate conversation after that. Hakeem comes to Jamal because Hakeem needs help. Hakeem isn't able to go, and he has all these thoughts from the shooting. He keeps having these nightmares, and he lets Jamal know about them, and he wrote lyrics regarding them. Andre is still in jail, and we see Andre, he's starting to, really look out for this high school kid, because he finds out that there was, I believe it was a robbery. It was something relatively minor. And the cops came the next day and was like, oh, they're saying that was you. No, someone who matched the description of you, which I said he was like a lanky black kid with, medium height hair, brown. He fits the description of a lot of black boys, black men. So they had this conversation, and I thought it was interesting how he's like, I was actually on my way to going to the same college that apparently Andre was accepted in. So he knows all about Andre. He's like the CEO of Empire, big, but you're in here and you're in here. And I'm getting 5 years for something that I didn't even do, and it's minor too. Anyway, really? Hakeem, he's trying to rap, and he can't rap the way that he normally raps. So he goes and storms off. But remember, his body aside from losing a lung or losing partial lung capacity, it also went through trauma, which means that he now has to go and redo his raps. He's actually at his parents' house in his old room redoing his raps. Blake comes in and Blake was like, "Oh, this is cute. So Lucius and Cookie have you back at home." And I said, "Yeah, because he has two parents that love him." I'm only giving Blake that stack because of the two stupid things that Blake does next. Blake hears the lyrics and he likes them. And I said, "Blake, Hakeem, don't do it. Do not give this man your lyrics because he'll probably have a better delivery." And I already had a bad feeling. I had a bad feeling about it. Jamal is having problems with Kai because Kai is upset. Kai feels like Jamal went and just rerouted their lives and just doing all of this for his family. But what about him? He has a man. He has other responsibilities. He gave up his career to go and just do whatever.
Remember to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe and come back.
His family wanted. Lucius storms in back to Empire while I said, "Kingsley, that is the driest food I've seen in a long." Oh Lord, the food, all of it was just so dry, and I'm sure he spent a mint on that, an optimized meal. It was dry. It looked sad. What matters is, apparently, Kingsley also reached out to the area that the rental property that Lucius was thinking of buying for his own company, and went and bought it. And he talks about how Empire's growing. Empire needs more space. Lucius said, "You know what? You're a dirty rat, you scum. You know, people like you. This is not how I'm used to fighting with people." And Kingsley said, "This is all business. This is nothing personal. I have nothing against your family. Don't make it seem like I have something against you. Don't make it seem like I have something against your family, because I do not. This is only business." And Lucius essentially told him, "You better watch your back. Watch your back, watch your front, because I'm coming for you." Now, we have, what do we have? We have Carol and Candace talking to Cookie about what their next moves are going to be. I thought Cookie was going to go and ask for money from Candace, because the problem is Cookie going to sell? Because right now it's listed. Is she going to sell and get that money? Yeah, there's a cash offer. And of all people, Candace is like, "What are you doing? That's not the right move." Well, actually, I think she was okay with it as well, when she realized how bad the finances were there. Lucius comes in and they have to pretend like, oh, they have no idea what's happening right now. And Lucius is pissed because he's like, "That Kingsley guy, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna murk him. He keeps messing up my stuff." Jamal was working on this song and realized, hey, Hakeem's way of rapping does not work for him anymore. He needs more breaks in between his lyrics. So now he's rapping and he's not coughing and he's super happy. Cookie decides, why don't we go and, Cookie and Lucius decide, why don't they go and have their new company built around their house? I mean, why go and spend money on a rental space and get investors that clearly don't believe in them, and they can just start it from their house, just like they started it from, I think it was Carol or Candace's garage or something like that. And Thirsty comes back, and I was so happy to see Thirsty again. Him and his colorful suits. That suit was sharp. That suit was sharp. Becky actually came as well to show support, because Lucius was blowing up her phone. I love how Thirsty's clients, he was saying this person has this money because he's a slip and fall king. I'm thinking, they do not have insurance. Why did you bring him to this house? And then there was another woman who has a couple of million, and she was eating all the shrimps. And while Lucius was trying to give a speech about, hey, you can be in on the ground floor. We're doing this from the house. Um, and so then Cookie had to tell her about herself because Cookie said, hey, hey, Weasley Jefferson, sit your butt down and stop eating all the shrimps. They're expensive and some people want to eat as well. Not Weasley Jefferson. Well, she sat down. She sat down. Hakeem performed with Jamal, even though, Cookie went, hugged Hakeem, and I looked at Jamal like, he's good? You sure? You sure? Can't have this bloat. Okay, he's good? Okay. Okay. Now, and I said, okay, they're trying to give us season 1 vibes again. Becky's there. She's happy about this whole setup. Lucius is excited. Lucius is so excited. And he doesn't realize what he's doing because Cookie realized it. Cookie realized, wait, why is this man so excited about, why is he so excited about his new company, his opportunities, his this, his that? Cookie said ours, right? And he was like, oh yeah, of course. But she had that look of, this man is still Lucius Lyon. It's still the Lucius show. So she goes and leaves. Becky comes in, and Lucius wants Becky to come back to work without any money. And I said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I respect the fact that Becky came there and showed them support because I was wondering, I said, Becky, we're looking at you. We're looking at you. But I'm not about to come back there and not collect a paycheck. I can't work there for free. I've established something. When Becky spoke her mind, I respect what she had to say. She said, hey, you initially gave me a chance, but then when things were happening, you cast me aside. Every step of the way I asked and I proved myself, but you still didn't go and show me that loyalty, love, and respect back. And Cookie was overhearing this whole thing, and it was just like she was having the outer body experience and seeing what she's always felt and dealt with when it came to Lucius, but from someone else's perspective. And so Lucius is pissed. He's like, get out. And again, it's the same thing that Cookie's had to deal with. So she goes and runs before Becky, goes and even sees her. So now when she's talking to Candace, she realizes, you know what? The condo's supposed to be a safety net, right? Yes. Because Candace didn't want her to sell it. Candace did not want her to sell it. So she backs out of selling it because Cookie realized, because then they're like, are you and Lucius okay? No, we're good. We're good. Just need to always make sure that you have something tucked away. I said, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, I'm glad that Cookie didn't just dive in. Jamal's playing his music for Kingsley, and so he completed the album. He said, this is the first single. We're all good. And that's when Kingsley says something slick. Because Kingsley was like, well, thank you. We're going to make a lot of money off of this. Jamal said, actually, every track is a Lyons family track. So you're going to have to pay them a percentage. And I was so happy. I was so happy because I was thinking, you're really just going to give this man... Because remember, Jamal has creative control. Jamal has creative control. And so what that means in this case is they can't change anything regarding his music. And I said, okay, cool. Now, Andre, he gets a message from one of his dudes and was like, wait, is it time to do it? And I'm thinking, time to do what? Who's about to die? One day we see high school kid, inmate, I hate the word inmate, high school kid, it's mom there, moms, so New York, mom there, and Andre was trying to show him some support. It's like, hey, here's this for your eye. But all she sees is her son hurt and this other, prisoner in there as well. And also, it's like, oh, and you went and killed someone. That's why you're in here. I can't have you. Get away, Satan. Get away. Lucius visited his son. Now look at this. Lucius visits his son in jail. He didn't visit Cookie though. Anyway, but Lucius looked a little nervous because Andre said, this is perfect. You sent me away to that bougie private school so that I could learn how to, think and be more like them. But I didn't really get the street smarts. So in here, I'm getting all the street smarts. I'm really learning how to live and how to outmaneuver. And now people will underestimate me. And I said, oh my God. So then he goes and tells this guy, go and do it. And go and do what? They stab bully inmate. And it's all of them. All of Andre's crew stabbed this man to death. Because this man was about to mess with that boy again. Stabbed this man to death. And even the security guard just had that look of, I don't see anything. Because remember, the security guard from the start seemed like he was cool with Andre. And now I know why. Now I know why. Andre had this whole plan. He knew he was going to jail, and so he was just there to learn. And I said, oh my gosh. So Jamal gets a call from Kai, and Kai Skyped him, and I forgot what country he was in, but he was working with the kids, and the kids sang You're So Beautiful. Again, kind of reminding us of why we were supposed to love Empire in the first place. I said, y'all not slick. I see all the remnants of season 1, Jamal with the haircut, Jamal and Hakeem working together from day 1. Oh, and then the terrible storyline twist. Tiana apparently had Blake, of all people, watching Hakeem's baby, which, okay, makes sense because they're cool. Well, I don't know how much longer. Blake's work has this material he's trying to go over. Tiana reads and is like, oh, this is about the shooting. Oh, this is really deep. Man, I wish Hakeem could have came up with something like this. Blake looked away and then said, well, yeah, I've just been trying to process it. And I'm thinking, so you just checked Hakeem's. I'm fighting. Not only that, they're going to go and have dinner. Well, you know she can't cook, but she can have the chef come and take care of things. I'm thinking, aren't they a cute little, mixed interracial couple right there? Trash. Throw them both away. I wanted so much more for Tiana, like not being with Hakeem in the first place. But we can't all have nice things. Kingsley, early in the episode, wanted to go to the jail. Now, Andre was told by the warden, hey, today's your release, but before your release, you have a visitor. And I'm thinking, if it's Kingsley, no. It was actually high school dude's mom came and thanked Andre for helping her son. She said, the man that was bullying my son was killed, and they said it was your people, your crew. And he was like, I didn't say that. She said, I just want to thank you for looking out for him. And then she held his hand, and then he looked at her holding his hand, and she kind of tried to drag it away, but then he went and opened his and held hers. I said, oh my gosh, she wants him. Andre, watch out. Andre, watch out. Kingsley went and met up with Mrs. Dubois. And, he speaks French, so she likes that. And she is going to help him take down the line. Oh, I'm so tired. Watch my Romie Reacts videos. I did reactions to... What did I do reactions to? The AMAs. Mariah Carey, Taylor Swift, Sierra, and Cardi B. Also watch my Star recaps. Watch my... It's just a lot. Greenleaf. Even watch American Horror Story. Thank you.